Yellow! This is not the first time that I am bringing out this foundation and showing everybody who is watching, if anybody is watching, the endless possibilities that come with a serum foundation. Today's video specifically, I'm going to take the two shades that I have, I'm going to see if I could mix them together and what kind of results we could get, because they do have two different undertones, very similar but very distinctive at the same time. If anybody is new watching one of my videos, just because I have talked about this foundation more than freaking once, let me quickly just go over the claims, the price, and the shades that I actually purchased for myself for those people who are new and watching my video and have never watched me. Here are the claims of the Ordinary Serum Foundation. The Ordinary Serum Foundation will provide you with a lightweight medium coverage. So in other words, this foundation offers a moderate coverage that looks natural. For anybody who's wondering, how much is the Ordinary charging for their serum foundation? The Ordinary is giving you 30 milliliters of product, so once again, that is just 1 fluid ounce. That is average for most foundations that I've purchased or even seen at, say, like Sephora, online, or anywhere that you would shop for a foundation. 30 milliliters is kind of like the generic amount that a company provides you with, which is like still a good amount. Like, you could probably have that last for about a year, depending on how much you use, right? Take a breather, girl. Put down your drink, girl, put down your popcorn, whatever you are eating, drinking, because you're literally about to damn choke at how much this price is. Like, it's actually insane that the Ordinary is charging so little. Girl, close your eyes for a second, because this foundation is only $6.70 freaking cents. You would think that for the price that the Ordinary is charging for this little serum foundation, that they wouldn't really have a huge color range. But girl, when I looked at how many freaking shades they were offering, I was so overwhelmed. The Ordinary is giving you 21 shades to choose from. Like, you could get 2, you could get 3, because I'm sure there's gonna be foundation colors that you could use all year round. The first shade in the color range is 1.0N, and obviously standing for neutral. And then it goes all the way to 3.3N, so 3.3 neutral. I am so freaking happy that the Ordinary provided us with such a huge color range, because girl, once again, there isn't just one color out in the damn world. I literally hate when companies like provide you with like 5 shades, like a foundation. I'm like, okay, so basically you're just targeting like 2 different people. Like, where the hell is the damn rest of it? So what I'm trying to say is that basically there's really no need to mix foundations, because you are given so many like shades, like colors. There's so many different undertones. Except sometimes for me, I'm not, well, for somebody like me who actually tans, I'm not going to be the same as I was maybe like a month ago to now, because I do go bed tanning. Girl, I know, don't even tell me, like, I know it's bad. So basically my skin tone kind of differs between the time of me tanning to the time of it kind of like fading away. So what I'm going to try to do is, so basically my skin tone personally differs, because one minute I'll be tanned and throughout the weeks it'll fade away and it'll be something else. Like, I'll become, by the end of it, the fairest that I get. So I am going to try, because once again, one of the shades is lighter than the other one. I talked about it in my full serum foundation review kind of thing. So I'm gonna see if I can mix these together. What kind of results could I get? Because I actually haven't really tanned since maybe like 3-4, almost 4 weeks ago. So I want to see like if these combined together will create what I am right now. By the way, I haven't even mentioned what shades I am for the newbies who are watching. In the lighter color, I am, oh my god, this is so messy. I'm 2.0 YG, so girl, not YG the damn rapper, YG yellow golden undertone. And then in the darker one, I am 2.1 Y undertone, so it's just a generic yellow undertone. Let me put them side by side so you guys can kind of see the difference between the two, because there is an obvious difference between the lighter one and the darker one. Now that I finished rambling and talking out of my ass like I always do, let me start mixing these foundations and creating a, I guess, in the moment shade for myself, because of course I haven't tanned recently, so this might be a little too dark, and of course it ain't winter here in Canada, it's May, so this is a little too light for me. So what I'm going to do right now is I took just a regular plate from my kitchen. My mom is going to be so pissed that I'm putting foundation on this, but like, it's fine, I'll just wash it after. So I'm going to be using probably the back of my NYX 04 brush. I think it's a foundation brush. And I'm just going to be swirling the colors together. I'm going to be pumping, I'm going to say maybe 2 pumps per like foundation tube, and creating a shade. So the first shade I will use is 2.0 Yellow Golden Undertone from the Ordinary Serum Foundation. I'll give this a firm shake because once again, it is a serum foundation. It has a more like liquidy consistency, so we want to make sure all the product is evenly spread out through, I guess, the tube. I'll give it just one more pump. So now I'll be taking 2.1 Yellow Undertone and I will be mixing it in with this shade. 1, 2, 3. I don't want to tilt this plate too much, but can you see the very evident difference? This one is a little lighter and this one is a little darker. As I'm doing this, I could see both kind of colors coming together. So this is the new shade. This looks very, very close to what I am right now. I'm not my tannest and nor am I my fairest. Before I begin, I just want to let everybody know that I'm not priming my face on camera like I normally do. I did that already off camera as soon as I got out of the shower. And today I used one of my favorite blurring primers that I've discovered recently, and it's the Hylamide HA Blur. This is such a great kind of blurring formula because it really does the job. So I'm going to take this and just start spreading. Taking that same NYX brush that I always use, I kind of try to clean it. You can see the bristles are still kind of like golden-ish, but I promise I try to clean this. So now that we mixed both shades, 2.0 and 2.1, this is kind of the outcome. Let me zoom everybody in so now that you can kind of see how the two shades mixed well together and what kind of shade they created to like construct this. Once again, don't mind this freaking unibrow, like let's just cover that up a little bit. This is the closest the lens is letting me get, so this is what the two shades together created. I don't necessarily think this is a perfect match to like my neck. I think it's a little close. My neck is still a little more like olivey yellowish, so I think I should have added a little bit of like little more of the 2.1 yellow undertone to the mixture. And in terms of the Hylamide HA Blur, my skin is really, really, really smooth and out, and I can't boost this primer any more than I have because I absolutely adore it. So now that we do have 2.0 YG and 2.1 Y mixed together, and this is kind of like the outcome that it created, I'm gonna go upstairs and put on the additional layers of makeup like I always do. So anyways, I will be right back. So now that we're back, so I went upstairs and applied the rest of my makeup, girl. We went from bronzer to highlight to shadow to lips to... No, I actually didn't touch my eyebrows because they're really, really, really in need of some fixing. Let me zoom everybody in so that way you can kind of see how the foundation looks, if it works really well with the additional layers of makeup, because I think personally it did. So let's first start with the forehead quickly. I always say this with this foundation, the serum foundation, it always brightens certain areas that it needs brightening. Like the middle of my forehead looks very like healthy, glowing, luminous, and then obviously with the bronzer and everything else, it looks very like I have like dimension to my face. Now let's talk about the center of my face. The foundation does a really good job at color matching. I mean by that, like mixing them together, because as you can see, compare my neck to kind of like the center of my face where I don't really put like any concealer or anything. I just leave it as it is and there's no bronzer or anything there. And it looks pretty close. Obviously it's not perfect, but like I'm pretty sure like I don't look crazy and I don't look like I'm two different colors. I'm really happy with these foundations just because I still added more than like one pump per kind of tube, and it didn't cake up the foundation. Like the foundation still looks very natural, as you can see from the zoom in. It's not like it's accentuating any pores, any bumps, any acne that I have. Because please, I do not want to look like the damn mountains. I think that if you are like me, per se, and you are outside a lot, or you tan, for instance, or you do live somewhere where there's multiple seasons and that kind of affects your skin tone, say like when it's summer, you're a little more tan, when it's winter, you're a little more fair. I think that ordering maybe 2 or 3 of the Ordinary foundations is a must, because it's easy to obviously have like one shade per time. Like for instance, this is my summer color, this is my winter time, but in between, like for spring, I think I would need to use both, just because it's kind of like the end of winter transitioning into summer, and I'm neither tanned or fair between that time. I just want to say, out of 10, like I always rate products, I want to give the idea of mixing these together a 10 out of 10, because they did such a great job at color matching me right now. Once again, they're freaking $6. They're only $6. So you're like, for two, you're paying what, 12 bucks? That's almost like the price of a like more well-known drugstore brand. And if both don't end up being your shade certain seasons, you are more than welcome, like I said, to mix them together. Obviously, if you want to be a little lighter, you can add more of the lighter shade and then a little bit of the darker one, or, you know, vice versa. So yeah, Ordinary, mwah. I continue to say this, I love you, and I love the fact that you are so versatile when it comes to shades, when it comes to mixing everything together. There's just endless possibilities with this foundation, and I think if you pick up more than one, you are not going to regret paying that extra $6 or whatever. So for anybody watching, like I say, if anybody's ever watching, I will talk to anybody in the next video. Talk to you later. TTYLs.